everyone. Welcome to the Parenting Breakthrough, where we dive deep into parenting strategies backed by science and practical insights. I'm Coach Rich, your host and fellow parent, here to arm you with tools to help your kid thrive. So today we're going to explore a topic that I found really fascinating when I first learned about it, and that's co-regulation. We're going to talk about what it is, why it works, and how you can use it to support your kid's emotional development. Whether your kid is prone to meltdowns or struggles with transitions or just has difficulty self-regulating, this episode is for you. So what is co-regulation? Well, it's a process by which one person's calm, supportive presence helps another person regulate their emotions and their behaviors. It's really important for kids who really often lack the ability and the tools to self-regulate without some guidance. So let's talk about the science behind it. And we won't go super deep here, but just kind of a surface level. First thing to understand is the role of the nervous system in co-regulation. So it engages the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body shift from a fight, flight, or freeze response to a more calm state. And then the next point here is mirror neurons. So when we model calmness and compassion, our kids' brains respond by mimicking those states. And that lays the groundwork for emotional regulation. And the last point here is attachment theory. So a secure connection with a caregiver, whether that's a parent or just another trusted adult or a teacher, that provides the safety that kids need to manage big feelings. So why does this matter? Well, kids, especially neurodivergent ones, but regardless of label, kids often struggle to process emotions or stress on their own. And co-regulation acts as a kind of bridge, and that teaches them the skills they need to eventually learn to regulate themselves. So how does this work? Well, the first component here is attunement. So this means being present and aware of your kid's emotional state, right? We're not doing anything here. We're just tuning in to their frequency. So paying attention to their body language, their tone of voice, their expressions, just to understand what they're feeling. The next step here is your calm presence. So your calmness is actually contagious. When you stay grounded, you create a safe environment for your kid to process their emotions. Next step is validation. Just acknowledging your kid's feelings without judgment. And this doesn't even mean you have to agree with what they're feeling. You just have to use a phrase like, I see you're feeling really upset right now. I believe you. And that helps them feel understood, right? And again, by saying, I believe you, you're not saying that what you're feeling is justified in any way or the right thing to feel, but really, it's not up to us to dictate their emotions to them, right? We can help them process them, but just telling them, I believe you, helps them feel understood. And then the next thing to do is take a supportive action. Provide some tools and some activities to help them self-soothe. So this might include some breathing or some hugging or guiding them through a sensory activity or just leaving them alone. Sometimes that's all they need. So here's an example. Imagine your kid's just melting down because they're overwhelmed by a noisy environment. So instead of telling them, calm down, you might lower your voice and speak slowly, gently guide them to a quieter space, and just say, I'm here. Let's take a few breaths together. And for younger kids, the deep breathing doesn't have to, we don't have to teach this to them like it's yoga or something. We can just say, smell the flower, blow out the birthday candle. Right? That'll communicate to them what we're looking for and kind of make a little game of it and get their mind away from what's overwhelming them and get them out of their heads and into their body. So what are the benefits of this? Well, there's some short-term ones, of course. Reducing the intensity and duration of a dysregulation event in a kid. It's going to help them feel seen and supported, which is going to build some trust. And it's going to teach your kids some effective strategies to manage stress when it comes up again. The long-term benefits are that we're strengthening our bond with our child. And we're promoting emotional intelligence by helping the kid recognize and label their feelings. And also building resilience. So your kid can face tough stuff that comes up in life with greater confidence in the future. So, studies have shown that consistent co-regulation practices lead to improved emotional regulation and reduced anxiety in kids. So especially for neurodivergent kids, it can be really transformative in addressing sensory overload and transitions and having difficulty navigating their social world. So here are some practical co-regulation techniques just for everyday situations. So like I said, deep breathing together, modeling slow, deep breaths just to encourage your kid to follow along. You can use some kind of visual aid like a pinwheel or some bubbles to make it more engaging. Some grounding activities just to help your kid focus on the present by using their senses. So ask them to name 5 things they can see, 4 things they can touch, 3 things they can hear, 2 things they can smell, and 1 thing they can taste. Physical comfort. Sometimes a hug, holding their hand, some gentle pressure can provide reassurance and help regulate their nervous system. Some people like to use weighted blankets or even weighted vests for this kind of thing. And that crosses over into sensory tools, right? So the weighted blankets, but also noise-canceling headphones, a fidget toy, something they can squeeze, a stress ball. And then the last tool here is to model self-regulation. Narrate your own process when you're stressed out. And I do this all the time. I say to my kid, hey, I'm feeling a little frustrated right now. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm going to go take a few deep breaths, calm myself down. I'm going to step outside. And showing them, hey, I get stressed out too, right? I have tough times too, and this is how I handle it. So you don't even have to be prescriptive with them when you do this. You can just do it, and monkey see, monkey do. They're going to see you do it and pick up on it. So remember, co-regulation is not about fixing your kids' feelings. We can't do that. It's just about helping them feel safe enough to get through that emotion and get on the other side of that emotion. So there's some common challenges with doing this. I understand that. You have parental stress. It can be hard to stay calm when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed. But just remember, you're human. Perfection is not the goal here. You're not going to get it right every time. And that's okay. And remember one of my favorite mantras, I am a good parent having a tough moment. I use that plenty. You'll also get some resistance from your kid, right? Some kids might push back against this or struggle to engage with it, and that's okay. It takes some time. It takes patience. Don't let them ramp up your frustration when you try this and it doesn't work the first time. Just gently keep trying it over and over again. A little mindset shift here for you. Think of co-regulation as an investment in your kid's future or even their emotional health moving forward. And celebrate the small wins. Every time you do this successfully, you're helping your kid build a toolkit for life. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Co-regulation is a really powerful tool. Not only helps your kid manage their emotions, but also strengthens your connection as a family. Remember, the science shows that your calm presence truly makes a difference. So if you found this helpful, please share it with a fellow parent. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Until next time, take care. Keep showing up. You're making a difference every day. You're doing a great job. Have a good one. See you soon.